Just a lie. They want you to believe. They want you to receive. Are you waiting? Are you waiting? And the moments you live for, where are they now? Where are they now?
Alright folks, how's it going? It's Daudi here. This isn't really for anyone apart from two folks really. Richard Batty and my little cousin, sort of cousin, I think like second cousin, Jonathan in Uganda, because he's learning guitar and he wants to get some gear in, and he asked me for some stuff to get, and can't really afford it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just give him a bit of encouragement, and I'll chuck him a few pedals and stuff and see how it goes. But yeah, so this really is just a kind of video just to kind of talk about guitar, just because it's something that means quite a lot to me, and I don't really have the words really. It's something I've really nurtured a lot in my life, kind of thing. I play it a lot, obviously, but like in terms of like focused practice, that's not really me. So I'm gonna later on. I'm not sure if I'll do it now. I'll have to have a shower. I'll get my gear out, talk to you about it. I'll probably actually do it now, actually, just a bit in terms of guitar value and care. Just because that's pretty cool, just to kind of get some sort of music values out there in the world. Just because, I don't know, we kind of take it for granted. Well, I do anyway. In terms of kind of keeping our instruments and like our attachment to them and our knowledge of them and all that sort of thing. It kind of we need to be built up by our sort of actions and thoughts really, and just kind of as musicians, because it's not an easy thing to do. Even though I find it quite easy at times, I can't back up my playing with knowledge or explain what I do very well, and I kind of need others to kind of step in and be like, "Hey, man, get here, put your finger out." So this is just to kind of provide a little bit of encouragement for Richard Batty students, in terms of what he did for me was insane. So. Yes, that's kind of cool. And Jonathan, keep practicing, keep your chin up. In terms of kind of playing, in terms of like understanding your talents or non-talents or whatever. I better cut that. In terms of understanding your non-talents and stuff, or talents, whatever. It's kind of important just to more than trying to like be something you're not, or be like Guthrie Govan or something. It's kind of more important to try and just be happy with where you're at and try and improve. So kind of happiness with music is really they're kind of intrinsic, if that's even the right word. They're kind of they go hand in hand. So this is just a little introduction to that. And screw it, I'm gonna get my Strat out and then just kind of give you a little peek at how I've how I haven't taken care of mine, but how it's taken care of me. So, right, give me a sec. I won't show you the case because the case is a bit extravagant. But anyway, this is my Strat. It's got a name, although I don't want to tell anyone that. Oh wow, I just spotted another nick, a bump. But yeah, in terms of I'll take the strap off just because it's annoying. But yeah, in terms of the Strat, it kind of hasn't been taken care of a huge amount. But it's just a brilliant guitar. Like, I started off with a Strat actually, but it was like an encore, one of them package deals you get. Anyway, and it took me a while to get used to the idea of playing a Strat, to be honest, because I kind of saw them like they're quite popular guitars. And it kind of seems like, oh, everyone's got one. You kind of want to be original and cool, but you really have to kind of, in terms of how it sounds, that's what's most important. And you will learn to love the way this guitar looks as well. And it looks pretty cool. I was going to swear, but it looks cool. I'll try not to because, students. Anyway, so this is the Strat. It's got a name. I'll give it you its first initial, and that is C or CB. And if you can guess who that is, It's named after. I think I'm going to try and name my guitars after people that I care about. Just so I kind of take care of my stuff a little bit better. Anyway, so yeah, this is the Strat. It is a 50th anniversary American Stratocaster, based on the 1950s model. This is kind of a bit peculiar. I got this in 2004, or at the end of 2004. So I was quite young. I was quite lucky, really. Like, I kind of worked in a guitar shop, Simply Music in Huntingdon. Shout out, Simply Music, who kind of sorted me out big time with this guitar. It was on the Wolf Rage, and I kind of looked at it from a distance and was like, it sucks. And then the price tag sucked too, believe it. But yeah, and I had a Japanese Fender Jag, and it was like this weird lime surf green, which kind of was a bit weird. And to be honest, it was a bit kind of like, it's a bit attention seeking, to be honest, more than anything else. It was quite temperamental as well in terms of the bridge. Strings kept slipping out and stuff. So in terms of stability in your instrument, that's another one you want to kind of think about. If it pisses you off, don't use it. Anyway, so yeah, so it looks pretty good, doesn't it? Although when I do this, you can see a little bit afraid how I haven't quite taken care of the edges. So hopefully that'll reduce the value to folks that want to nick it off me, because I've been thinking about this a lot recently in terms of our attachment to instruments. I was like, could I ever live without this guitar? And probably yeah, but I don't really want to. And if anyone tried to nick it off me, I'll probably let you keep it, but I'd take your fingers. So watch out for that. So you wouldn't be able to play it, basically. Anyway, that was just a quick word of warning. So this is the Strat. It plays lovely. I kind of had it set up, but it was kind of just by I didn't really pay attention. I didn't really care, to be honest. I just wanted it to kind of play a little bit better than it was. And so I'll probably have to kind of pay a bit more attention and get it down to Charlie Chandler's or something. Take it to the best hands possible. Not necessarily Charlie Chandler's, but someone who's equally good or better. That's what we're after. So it's not plugged in right now just because I don't want to wake up the neighbours, even though it's like 1 o'clock, so I'll come back and do it. So yeah, that's just a little peek. And for now, that'll do. So in terms of your instruments, no matter how good they are, take care of them. And that's the kind of first step. And actually, just a quick word about actual music. Just a quick word about... See, still not taking care of his guitar. So even the pros make mistakes. And I'm by no means a pro. Just to clear that one up. Although I do call myself a professional musician because that's just what I'm trained for. Anyway, so in terms of the value of music, because I'm trying to sort of kind of sort out my music habits and just trying to really learn to appreciate each song, whether it's on feature Wolfgang Kill Them All, which is, they're pretty cool in terms of their integrity. They kind of don't really care what you think, which is nice. And although you got to be careful with that, because that they talk about punching women in the uteruses, and that's just like grim. That's kind of the worst side of humanity. But anyway, whether it's Jeff Buckley or I don't know, John Mayer or anyone, it could be even some of my old stuff. I won't even talk about that. That's pretty rough. I had to kind of think back to them old days, not with like sadness, but just a little bit of like, oh, I should have done something a little bit better on that, and just kind of written a better song, I think. But yeah, in terms of oh god, nearly 10 minutes. I'll stop now. In terms of music, it's kind of really important that you kind of pick your favourite bands and that sort of stuff. And it's kind of important not to have favourite bands, really. But you naturally will eventually. But just kind of pick your music carefully and just learn to appreciate the kind of their kind of work and effort, despite their opinion of it. I kind of struggled for a long time to kind of pay for music. Luckily for me, I was in a position where I'd get loads of free CDs and demos and stuff, and that's all right. But really, it doesn't really the kind of the feeling of discovering a new band and and finding out like bands you like and bands you don't like. That's way more fun, and it's kind of a private thing. So the more you do it by yourself, I'm not saying that you have to do it by yourself, because obviously sharing music with friends is epic. So but yeah, so in terms of like just kind of taking time to really just kind of decide for yourself what you like and then owning that is kind of nice. Even though I use Spotify pretty much full time now, I just sort of signed up a few weeks ago and just kind of made a bit of a commitment just to kind of just I don't know, I don't really have that much cash all the time, so I kind of just make sure that I can do my bit and kind of help other musicians make a bit of bread. Because really, like these days, that's what it's all about. It's not about being Lady Gaga or anyone famous or cool. But yeah, so that's all from me for now. I'll kind of come back and show you how badly I can play, because seriously, I'm out of shape. I only really play in Dagad, which is D modal, and that's a bit of theory. Although I just need literally all it is knowing the names, not the. Don't ask me questions about it. Just listen and use Google. Anyway, or if you're in Ramsey, Richard Batty, or even in Cambridgeshire, or even like in England, just kind of try and seek that guy out, because he'll drop some knowledge in you. It might take a while in terms of you've got to be patient with these sort of things. Like learning isn't an easy job, and being humble enough to kind of accept a good lesson. Like, yeah, man, if you want to work in the music industry, get ready to have your balls kicked. And if you're a girl, like equally, the same goes for you too. Yeah, so anyway, that's all from me for now, and I'll catch you later. Bye!